A drama doll is a Japanese goal-setting doll. You'll notice it has the two eyes. When you set your goal, you color one of the eyes in. And then you set that drama doll someplace where you see it every day. Maybe it sits on your desk. It's always staring at you, reminding you of your goal. It's designed to keep you on track. Once you achieve the goal, then you can color in the other eye.
Face card is a social media slang term popularized on TikTok that refers to someone who is so strikingly beautiful that their looks allow them to get anything they want, much like having an unlimited credit card. The term is often used to describe a person's facial beauty, typically a woman, emphasizing how their appearance can open doors or garner attention and admiration. In sociology, homosociality refers to same-sex relationships that are non-romantic and non-sexual, such as friendships or mentorships. Researchers often use the concept to analyze how men reinforce male dominance in society. In Japan, the term homosocial is also used by art students to critique male artists who form all-male collectives or events. Bempie is a slang term from the Netherlands that refers to a BMW, a German luxury car. The term originated in the Dutch hip-hop scene, also known as netter hip-hop. One-chan is a casual Japanese slang term that comes from the phrase one chance, meaning one chance. It's used to refer to a slim chance, a small possibility that something might happen, a one-time opportunity, a moment or shot to try something, often used optimistically or spontaneously. The term is popular in informal speech, particularly among younger people, and conveys a hopeful or lighthearted tone. Dakimakura, also known as a body pillow, waifu pillow, or husbando pillow, is a type of large, elongated pillow originating from Japan. The term dakimakura comes from the Japanese words daku, meaning to embrace or hug, and makura, meaning pillow. These pillows are typically designed to provide comfort and support during sleep or relaxation. What distinguishes dakimakura from standard body pillows is the specially designed pillow covers that often feature printed images of anime, manga, or video game characters. These characters are often drawn in vibrant, detailed styles, showcasing various poses and expressions. Over time, dakimakura have become associated with comfort objects, serving not just as a physical support for rest, but also as an emotional connection for fans of the characters depicted. A wishing well is a term from European folklore to describe wells where it was thought that any spoken wish would be granted. These wishing wells emerged from ancient beliefs that water was divine, either inhabited by supernatural beings or bestowed as a divine gift. Some people believed that the guardians or dwellers of the well would grant them their wish if they paid a price. After verbalizing the wish, one would generally drop coins in the well. The practice likely developed because water essential for life itself was precious and often hard to find. At the Battle of Sekigahara, Tokugawa Ieyasu secured control of Japan by defeating the Toyotomi forces and establishing the Tokugawa shogunate in Edo, now Tokyo. Since the Matsura family had originally supported Toyotomi, they were viewed with suspicion. In 1613, to demonstrate loyalty to the Tokugawa shogunate, Matsura Shigenobu burned down his newly built castle in Hirado, signaling his allegiance.
Japanese has about 6,000 kanji. Kanji are characters or ideograms that represent a concept. The alphabet counts 26 letters. I have had an aversion to reading since I can remember. Reading was a symbol of obligation. It is still difficult to master sayings and metaphors. The skill of writing does not lie in my power. They were probably right about me having to read. As a substitute, I listened. From a complex of not being completely fluent or capable of learning 3 languages synchronously, I stopped mouthing too much and started to take notice. How does one speak from Rotterdam, from outside the EU, from kindergarten, from an unordinary household in Japan, etc.? From suppressing the urge to say things out loud, as I was taught by the Dutch, I converted my sentiments into non-verbal communication. My facial expressions became accentuated.
The Matsura family's prominence in Hirado was driven by international trade and access to firearms. In 1605, stranded Dutch sailors from the De Liefde were sent back to the Netherlands on a Matsura trading ship, strengthening ties with the Dutch. The arrival of 2 Dutch ships a year later led to the founding of the Dutch trading post in Hirado. Unlike other ruling families during the pre-Edo period, with its closed-door policy, the Matsura clan excelled in foreign diplomacy by hosting the Dutch trading posts. Knickerbockers, known as knickapoka in Japanese, were not originally invented in Japan. The pants were introduced to Japan in the early 20th century, primarily through the American golf industry. However, their adoption was also fueled by their use as military uniforms. From golf, they became a casual everyday garment in Japan. During Japan's post-war economic boom, knickerbockers gained further traction, especially as they were practical for movement. Their suitability for measuring wind direction and detecting nearby objects made them ideal for civil engineering and construction work, cementing their place as workwear. Today, knickerbockers are most commonly worn by construction workers. However, they have a negative association due to their connection with delinquent youth or motorcycle gangs, leading to restrictions in certain workplaces. In some large construction companies, workers are even banned from wearing them due to the stigma attached. Affirmations are positive statements aimed at promoting self-empowerment and personal transformation, grounded in the belief that positive thinking can shape one's reality. These declarations are often repeated or written down regularly to align both the conscious and subconscious mind with personal desires. Through consistent practice, affirmations help individuals shift their energy, overcome limiting beliefs, and co-create their desired reality by harnessing the power of thought and intention.
So you will get a card for 1 year, for 1 academic year, till the 31st of October of 2022.
Moet ik hem daarna gewoon elk jaar... Ja, ik spreek Nederlands.
Ah, oké, omdat je een Japans paspoort hebt. Dus...
Ja, ik kom uit Nederland, maar ik moest steeds procedures nog
Volgens
doen.
ons systeem ben je buiten, niet-Europese student, hè?
Zou dat misschien komen door het paspoort?
Nederland, oorsprong Rotterdam.
Ja.
Ja, Japan. Dus daarmee krijg je... Ah ja, dus kan ik in het Nederlands feit ook doen?
Ja.
In 2021, as a Japanese national, I planned a trip back to Japan. Unfortunately, I contracted COVID-19 shortly before my departure. Although I recovered and was no longer contagious, the PCR tests continued to detect dead COVID-19 viruses, resulting in positive results and preventing my entry into Japan. Upon re-entry, I was required to quarantine for 3 days under the supervision of the Japanese government and undergo testing. After passing the test, I had to complete a total of 14 days at home, during which my location was tracked. Despite being born, raised, and paying taxes in the Netherlands within the EU, I was recognized only as a Japanese national, not as a European or Dutch citizen. This made it challenging to study in Belgium and caused complications when trying to enter the country. I faced odd treatment at both the Belgian embassy and local municipalities. Additionally, institutions handling my taxes and health insurance in both Belgium and the Netherlands were confused by my situation, as it was highly unusual to be born and raised in Europe without holding a European passport.
In Japan, prostitution is illegal, but the government and police let things slide when it comes to prostitution in Japan. So it was quite common for Japanese men to go to prostitution even when they have relationships. And at that point, like few decades ago, mostly households are working husbands and stay-home wives. So even when husbands going to the prostitution, wife couldn't do anything to go into the prostitution and had to think that that is not cheating, you know? And that became a social expectation for women.
If you're planning a trip to the United States, ESTA can make travel simple and easy. Through the Visa Waiver Program, ESTA allows qualified foreign travelers to visit the U.S. for up to 90 days without obtaining a visa. To start, simply click Apply and create new application. The ESTA site will walk you step by step through the application process. It is important that you review your application to make sure that all your information is correct before submitting. Once reviewed, simply click the Pay Now button to submit.
The O1 visa is a non-immigrant visa for individuals with extraordinary ability or achievement in their field. This visa category is divided into two types. Number 1, O1A, for individuals with extraordinary ability in sciences, education, business, or athletics. Number 2, for individuals with extraordinary ability in the arts or extraordinary achievement in the motion picture or television industry. To qualify for an O1 visa, applicants must demonstrate a high level of expertise and recognition in their field, supported by extensive documentation such as awards, publications, or testimonials. The O1 visa is employer-specific, meaning the beneficiary must have a job offer from a U.S. employer or agent to sponsor the visa. The initial period of stay is up to 3 years, with extensions possible in 1-year increments.